Hey everybody, and welcome to the 7th Rule Star Trek Convention series with your stars Aaron Eisenberg and Sirach Lofton. You know them and love them as Jake Sisko and Nog from Deep Space Nine. That's Star Trek's Deep Space Nine. My name is Ryan T. Husk, and we are joined today by Mr. William Conlin. Hello, Mr. William Conlin. How are you?
Thank you for having me.
Now, before we got started, we kind of got stuck on some wine talk because William is in the wine country of California. So if there's anything we didn't cover yet talking about wine, please tell us, because a lot of Star Trek fans do love wine. And as Sirach pointed out, it could be coming to a TV show near you in the Picard series.
Yes, some late vintage French wine from the Picard estate. I'm excited to see that.
So it is in France. He is in France in that scene.
Yeah, I was on my way to a shoot. I was actually driving through the vineyards here in California when the trailer dropped, and I remember watching it on my phone and seeing, the vineyard shots and looking at it like, where's it?
Yeah,
what's that behind you? It looks like it's got a bunch of signatures on it.
This one?
Yeah.
I started that when I went to my first STLV. Actually, right before it, I filmed one of my TV shows with Christopher Lloyd, and he was the first person to sign that. And then I went to my first STLV, and I retired it last year. It's up to like 60 signatures, and I'm just terrified to take it out of my house now.
Oh, wow. Now you just have to start inviting people to your house to sign it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Aaron.
Yeah.
Aaron signed it.
I was like number 3, so settle down there.
Yeah.
See, I was number 3.
Sirach, anytime you're in California,
just all right. So I have not signed it.
I think you refused to sign.
I see Patrick Stewart there. I see Shatner. I see Avery.
How do you see all that?
Yeah, really.
You can see the pictures, the portraits.
The pictures.
Oh, right, yeah.
We thought you were reading that.
It goes well with my other fandom obsession, all the James Bonds right there.
Oh, awesome. Did you get that? You framed that yourself or what?
I had that custom framed, and these are actually movie theater frames, so you can pop it open and pull the whole thing out.
I do Aaron Brothers framing, my friend.
Gorgeous.
I get a 10% discount.
Because his name is Aaron.
Hey!
So William here is somebody that's running an event for Star Trek Las Vegas called Night of Diversity. We want to make sure and cover that as much as possible.
Show that shirt again.
He's wearing the shirt, Night of Diversity.
This is last year's shirt. We have this year's shirt available on our Facebook page.
Awesome.
Night of Diversity.
What is it? Yeah, what is it?
Okay, so Night of Diversity is an annual party at STLV. It was originally founded to be a safe space for LGBTQ Star Trek fans, but it's become so much more than that. It's kind of for everybody. It's also a charity event raising funds for a really, really amazing charity. It's the Crib, which is an LGBTQ homeless shelter in Chicago. Our charity rep for that is Gregory Gross, who comes to STLV every year. He's a minister there with them. And what was really incredible is last year we raised $1,200 in one night for the charity. That actually managed to keep the shelter open for an entire night during the polar plunge. So we were able to fill every single bed in the shelter in a place where otherwise people might have actually died that night.
So $1,200 for only one night.
Yeah, and that was actually, we had it split between 2 charities last year. So the other charity was the Las Vegas LGBTQ Center, and they got $1,200 as well. So we're hoping to top that this year by having just the one charity, by having the Crib receive all the money.
Wow.
Where does the event take place?
The event is right at the Rio. It's in Kiss Monster Mini Golf. They have a really cool party venue there. So if you've ever been over to that side of the Rio, there's the Circle Bars outside.
Kiss Monster Mini Golf? I've never been to that side.
Yeah, it's based on the band Kiss. So there's Gene Simmons memorabilia everywhere, and there's a whole mini golf course. But then on the other side of it, on the left side, when you pass the Circle Bar in the Masquerade area, you find a great party space. You'll see hundreds of people there. We had 200 guests last year. I think we're at 200 RSVPs for this year. So it's going to be a massive party. And we have a DJ, Eric Erickson, who's an annual STLV attendee. Our Emcee, Tyler Habiger, is a fantastic MC. He kept the show going last year. And we're having a huge raffle. Every year we get a massive amount of donations from organizations and people, fans. Trek celebrities sign autographs for us. Don't think I won't be hitting both of you up when we get to the convention. We've got things like the Picard facepalm bust is going to be one of our items this year.
That was a whoopee cushion at first.
We have an original costume card from Anton Yelchin. Some costume swatches from Beyond. One of our grand prize items is a Atmos FX home kit, which, have you guys seen those? So it's a 4K projector that projects classic Star Trek imagery. This is the Deep Space Nine one. And this projects in 4K on somebody's wall. So we're going to have...
Oh, that's pretty
cool. We're going
cool.
to have that there. We have a TOS uniform signed by Bill Shatner, and then we have an original piece of Discovery art by artist Laz Marquez, who this is his work right here. So,
right where your finger was, right? But the perspective is farther away.
Yes, this
Further
is
away.
Discovery art, and he's going to actually be donating one of his originals this year. So, I mean, it's a massive event, and all the people who work on it, they donate all their time. They donate everything. We don't take a penny for any of the work that we do. So 100% of it goes straight to the charity.
Hey, William, first I just want to say very quickly for Sirach and others that may want to try to find this thing, the KISS mini golf thing is basically on the clear farthest opposite end away from the convention. So if you just walk and walk and walk and walk till the very end. And then, you see Smash Burger upstairs, it's right under that. And the club part is right towards the back of that. Now, I did want to ask, though, like, I think you kind of glossed over it a bit, but I think we should go back and discuss that. This event could very well have saved lives in this last year. I mean, how does that make you feel? Do you feel like, does that make you feel like you've accomplished something major? Does it make you think that you just want to accomplish more? It's just a drop in the bucket, or what's the perspective on that?
Well, going into the first one, we didn't know what the response was going to be. We had assembled all these amazing items for the raffle, and we didn't know if 5 people were going to show up and end up taking everything home. When the place filled up and the music started going and people started dancing, and I was handling the raffle, so I was kind of running around like a chicken with its head cut off. But I just took a moment and I took a beat and I kind of stopped and I stared and I looked around, and then I saw Anthony Rapp and Wilson Cruz walk in, and people are taking photos with them and having a good time. I realized, we had put something special together. At the end of the night, when we saw how much money we had raised, I was walking along with Gregory, and he started talking about how this has the chance to save lives. This is before we knew there was going to be like a polar plunge and Chicago was going to have crazy weather and danger and everything. He started telling me about all that, and just as we were saying that, the house band at the Rio started playing Sweet Child of Mine, and I'm like, what is going on here?
You mean the Sons of Kirk?
It was the just the band that was playing over in Masquerade Bar. And it was like a really surreal moment, because we realized we had done something that was going to legitimately help people. And it was just a great honor. And I didn't know going into the first event whether we were going to make it an annual thing, but when we saw how well it was received, we started plans for this year's the next day.
Why weren't you planning at that time to make it an annual event? And how did it come about just to be this one event? And being so successful, and it surprised you. Why?
Because, well, first of all, I only got into the Trek convention space a few years ago. 2016 was my first convention.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, like, I had been to the parties like the Galaxy Ball that we were talking about before we started recording, but I had never been to a full convention until 2016's STLV, the 50th anniversary one. So I was relatively new to the community, and I didn't know what the kind of response I was going to get. I've organized charity events in Santa Barbara before, and I've worked with charities, but I didn't know what kind of space I was getting into. And I learned very quickly how amazing the Star Trek fandom is. Mm-hmm. So, it became clear that first night that this was going to be an annual thing because so many people really enjoyed it so much.
I don't know if the other guys have a question, but have you thought about maybe taking it elsewhere so you have it more than one time a year? If you've been so successful, there's lots of places around the world to continue, to have this event to continue to raise money for the things you want to raise for.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I'm definitely open to it. I don't know if I can take on that much more. I mean, I started working on this, like I said, the next day, but we started really in earnest on this project about 6 months ago. So this is 6 months of solid work putting this party together. So if there's other people that want to come on board and help me and work with it, I'd love to create a network of people who can raise funds and help these amazing charities.
Got it. You also help moderate or admin the unofficial Star Trek convention Facebook group, right? I don't remember seeing you on there previously, up until recently. So was that something to where you joined in as part of the moderation team because of the Night of Diversity, or were you part of the moderation team first and then you guys kind of talked it over and then decided to create the Night of Diversity?
Well, I've never been an official moderator. I don't think I'm just a regular poster on there.
I thought you were.
Yeah, no, they've never made me an actual moderator, but I've kind of become one of the regulars on there, I guess.
Interesting. How many members are in that group?
I think there's close to 5,000, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's the best. I think it's the best group and, the best community on there. People really rally on there, and, the Star Trek discussions, the conversations, and all the excitement leading up to the convention is really great. You see the daily posts from people at this point, and it really helps get you into the spirit when you're leading up to it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said the first time you went was for the 50th anniversary?
Yeah.
Which was relatively...
3 years ago, yeah.
It was a couple of years ago, right? 3 years ago?
Yeah, this will be my fourth one, and it was interesting because my first one, I was a total loner there. I met a few people, I chatted with some people, but I was basically on my own on that trip. The next year, my second one, I found a group of friends that have just been the most amazing people, and now all of them are the core people involved in putting this event together. So it's...
Who are those people?
That's Tyler, who is our MC, Eric, our DJ, Madison Spencer, who is like the greatest cosplayer in Star Trek fandom as far as I'm concerned.
Actually, I think we got a message from Tyler and Madison saying they wanted to be a duo coming onto this, so we're trying to get them on as well.
Get them on here. They're best friends. They're amazing, and you will not regret having them on there. Gregory, who became a very close friend, Cheryl Weaver, who supported us along the way, Laz Marquez, who does the artwork, and we just met him at last year's convention. He kind of came right into our group, and that's what we love about it too. People kind of come into our group, and that's what's great about Star Trek. Nobody's like, trying to push anyone away. It's always, join us, be part of our group.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of something that I really found to appreciate going to the Star Trek conventions, especially the one in Las Vegas, is there's a lot, I don't know if any of you have noticed this, but there's a lot of bickering online in the fan film community, in the Star Trek community, and just in the whole world about everything always, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to the Star Trek Las Vegas, suddenly it's just 6 days of love or 3 days of love or whatever, however much time you have. People just go there to, be nice to each other, to talk, to have fun, to be big, giant nerds and cosplayers together and talk about fun things and nerdy stuff and party and hang out and buy toys. And it's just like, it's almost like it's a vacation from life. Like people aren't, I just don't see any of the negativity that I see everywhere else in the world, just in that, in that one little window of time. So that really does speak to the inclusiveness of it, like to where everybody's just happy. You could have gone for 20 years in a row, or you could be a first timer, and people love to find somebody that's a first timer. They take them under their wing and they say, oh my God, you got to come with me, meet all these cool people, be friends with us, have a drink. Here, come meet Aaron Eisenberg. He'll tell you funny things.
I don't think that's happened.
Brock Lofton, he won't be at his table,
Yeah.
Won't be at his table.
Let's see where his table is.
Yeah, let's find them.
Just
I
wait
have
in the
a-
hallway. Wait in the hallway.
I got a question for you, William. So
Yes.
you said you were able to raise the money and then you donated to the Chicago,
It's called the Crib.
the crib. Did you originally going into it know that you were raising the money for the crib, or is that something that you pick after?
We knew that because my friend Gregory, who's an annual STLV attendee, he works for them, and he attested to the quality of that charity and the important work that they're doing there, and knowing like the crazy weather that Chicago can have and how important it is that people can get off the streets. He talked about his work, and I knew right away that that was going to be one of our designated charities for the first year. The initial thought was that we would want to have a local charity, so we had that Las Vegas one involved as well. And then this year we wanted to try and focus our efforts on just one rather than splitting it into two.
Is it going to be for the crib this year?
Yes. Yeah, so they're our sole focus this year, and we're hoping to double what we raised last year, and maybe keep them open for an entire week this time.
What day and time is it this year? Is it Thursday night?
It's Friday night from 8 to midnight over at Kiss Mini Golf. So I don't think we're conflicting with any major events. We did not want to go for Saturday night this year because I know Brent Spiner's doing his big jazz set, and we didn't want to conflict with them.
Oh, wait, but here's the big question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. I like to ask the hardball questions here.
Oh, he sat up in his chair. This is tough.
Yeah, here we go.
Hold on. I got to get ready.
But then I slope back down in it.
Oh, okay.
How much does this thing cost, William? Because we are very pressed for cash.
Yeah, I mean, I know $900 for a gold ticket to STLV. It's pretty pricey to get into our event. It's free. It's free. Just come to the party. If you want to get into the raffle, you have to buy raffle tickets. They're $5 a piece, 5 for $20. But if you want to come to the party, it is completely free. We do not charge admission. It's 21 and over because we are going to have a bar outside. The Circle Bar is going to be open, and you can take your drinks into the party.
Mm-hmm.
But the idea of this was a free, open, inclusive space for everybody to come. Again, like I said, originally it was thought of as maybe being an LGBTQ event, but everybody comes. We have allies and friends, and it's just an amazing party. People get on the dance floor, and it spills out into the bar area where they have the casino bar. It's just so much fun.
Heck, they're dancing on the golf course, and it's just craziness.
But how do they dance there?
Drumsticks.
Yeah. A little
guitars. Yeah. That's the most popular dance.
I can't believe I didn't know there was a miniature golf place at the Rio as long as I've been going there.
I didn't know either until last year.
And what's really great too is they're super helpful with the event too. They want to get people over there and let people know. So anybody who is coming to STLV because we're doing the event there, they actually give a nice discount to do miniature golf both there and then at their companion location at I think it's Bally's on the Strip. They have Twilight Zone mini golf there.
Oh, wow. Hey, Ciroc, there you go.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Twilight Zone?
He's going to be hitting that golf course. He's going to go on tour. He's going to go on tour around the United States.
I'm a pretty good miniature golfer, actually.
Nice.
I just went last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, his eyes really lit up here.
They did.
We only have a few seconds left before we got to run Mr. William Conlin. But before we go, got a picture of you back here with Brent Spiner and Jonathan Frakes. Are we correct in assuming that Next Generation is your favorite series, or do you have a dark horse favorite?
Oh my God! How can you pick one? I grew up with all of them.
It's very easy, William. It's very easy to pick one.
No, not really, because every single one of them has their own quality. I mean, Next Gen is a fantastic episodic series, but Deep Space Nine pioneered the overall story arc, which I think has led to what
we did a lot more.
Happy to have today with like Discovery and upcoming with Picard. So it's impossible. I mean, I had so much optimism watching Voyager, and then TOS as a little kid watching reruns of that on TV. I mean, every single one of them has a great quality. So I am never going to say that I have a single favorite Star Trek series. And just because you got that picture there, you know, I got photo ops with everyone. I got Michelle. I got Jeff.
Oh, look out!
Nice.
I got everyone. So I love all this.
He's implying that his favorite is Enterprise, though. That's what I picked up on that.
I thought he was going to say the animated series. Personally, I thought that's where he was going. So
now that I think of it, the animated series might just be my favorite.
Yeah, favorite.
I think your favorite is Star Trek Las Vegas.
That one.
There you go.
You see how I did that?
It all comes together.
You see how I did that?
But let me also tell you, if you go on Facebook and you search STLV Night of Diversity, you can add you can join our group on there, and you can see updates. We got a lot more updates coming for the event. We've always got some last minute surprises. Usually when we get to the convention, a lot of the vendors there like to donate some items, so we get some really amazing stuff at the last minute. Somebody gave us last year, an hour before the event, somebody donated an 8x10 signed by James Doohan. So,
wow. I have a question outside of the charity event you do. All the autographs you have behind you. If you've only really started going to cons, right, in 2016, is that fair to say? How did you get all those autographs within literally, 2.5 years?
Yeah,
I mean, did you just like hop in a van and just keep going?
So when I went to the STLV 50, I think I got every single person that was there as a guest. So that filled that thing in pretty nice. But it's just over the last few years, yeah.
Wow.
As Michael Dorn would say, you're one of those guys.
And do you have Avery's on that?
I don't. The only one that I have not gotten in person is the Avery up there. I got that from one of the trusted vendors at STLV that I've
gotcha.
For a few years. If anybody here has any sway in getting him to attend a future convention,
I think we should rent a van and go to New York, and we could film it and be like a little movie, in search of Cisco's autograph. Trying to get, we could do like a Bowfinger kind of a thing, where he's around the daily life, but he doesn't know what's going on. And we find a way to get his autograph on that without him realizing he's giving you his autograph on that. I think there's a movie
has to write checks at some point, right?
Yeah. He's probably a huge fan of Starbucks vanilla lattes. He probably never goes to Coffee Bean.
Coffee Bean.
No Coffee Bean. No Coffee Bean.
William, we got to run
to Pete's Coffee.
We got to run. I'm sorry to
Pizza's
say,
good.
We really enjoyed talking with you, and I and I'm sure Strzok and Aaron really look forward to seeing you in person in just a few weeks at Star Trek Las Vegas, and as well, of course, at the big event that I'm sure we'll be at and cheering all the way.
And say the time and the day and the night.
It's the Night of Diversity.
Night of Diversity on Friday, August 2nd from 8 to midnight, and I'm going to put all three of you on the spot. I expect to see you all there, right?
I would like to. I don't know our schedule because if Creation sets something up.
It's 8 to midnight, so you have no excuse to make it. You
should
be able to even pop
I know,
in for
but
a few
when we
minutes.
make promises
Even
and then
if you can
somebody
pop in for
doesn't
a
give
few
me a
minutes.
schedule yet, I'm just saying.
William,
I plan on being there.
There you
plan
go.
on being there.
That's a half of a commitment.
It is a half a commitment because I don't know the schedule.
He would like to be there given the circumstances permit.
Like I said, I plan on being there, but I haven't heard you say that.
Oh, I'll be there.
Oh.
Perfect.
Yes. Now, the length of time, I have not particularly agreed on.
Of course.
So I don't know how long I'll be there.
It might be 10 seconds, but he'll be there.
Just run through.
Exactly. I will be there.
While he's waiting for his burger.
My answer is yes. See you there, dude.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, William.
We'll see you again real soon. I'm sure we appreciate what you do. We like how nerdy you are, like the rest of us. And for those of you at home, if you want to join in and show off how nerdy you are, just let us know you want to be on the show. And we'll possibly talk to you and tell you dumb jokes here. So thanks very much. And, what is this, the 7th rule, right? Always
I think so.
Yes, always remember it.
Always.
Shit, I forgot.
Keep your ears open. It's something like that. I think it's something like that.